got to give a lot of credit to Richard and his team. You know, they were really well prepared. Got down 7, and I thought he got their kids to dig in a little bit. We didn't handle prosperity very well. Had some, you know, terrible turnovers in the guts of the game, and I think it turned the game around. But you know, I'm proud of my team. You know, obviously both teams were kind of disappointed we weren't able to play in the NCAA, and I think all the teams that were here showed a lot of character, picking themselves up and, you know, making a run. And feel bad for my seniors because you know, I inherited them, and I feel real fortunate that, you know, Matt gave me the opportunity to coach them, and I don't feel good about them, you know, bowing out this way, but they're gonna have an imprint on our program for a long time in a very positive way. And you know I've benefited by being around them. I'm confident every kid on our team would feel the same, would echo the same, you know, things I just said.
Let's just student athletes first.
Nick, can you talk about the foul shots there, and were you going to try to miss on the second one after making the first? Was that the original plan?
That was the plan. The plan was to make the first and miss the second. But it was totally backwards.
More questions for the student athletes?
Shawn, can you talk about your last game, and obviously you fouled out? What did you think you did well, and what did the team do well here at the end?
You know, I think both teams played hard down the stretch. You know, we kind of turned the ball over and made some mistakes we can't make in order to win the game, but they did a good job. You know, I'm just fortunate to be able to play with a great group of guys and be coached by one of the best and a great coaching staff. And you know, my college career has been a lot of ups and downs, but this has by far been the best year of my career.
Nick, can you talk about the play with, I think it was 5 seconds left, where Cannon inbounded to you, you got fouled. Can you talk about just what the design on that play was, and whether you're looking to shoot or get the ball out of your hands to somebody else?
Well, originally, me or Nick get a catch, and it was supposed to be a high ball screen. And then after that, it's just a shot, but it never got that far. So, to be honest, I had no idea that they were going to foul at all. I didn't know they would foul me, but they did. But originally, I get a catch, and it said a high ball screen.
For both of the players, can you talk about the season in full and what maybe these guys, the rest of the guys, can take by going so far in this tournament next year?
I mean, for the young guys, really, it's a good foundation for them. You know, they know what it takes, you know, to win games. It's unfortunate that we didn't make the tournament, but we still had a great season overall. I know some games we lost in the regular season that we wish we could have won, but we know why we lost those games, and you know, next year they won't do the things that we did this year, so they can win those games. But when you have a coach like Coach Brown, a lot of things will happen, a lot of good things will happen, and I'm sure next year they'll be okay. They'll be totally fine.
Just looking back on the season, I think for the young guys, you know, we won some big games and we lost some big games. So hopefully they can understand what it takes to make it to the NCAA tournament. And every night, no matter who you're playing against, you know, you got to bring it. And also, this is also here. I hope this loss, you know, the feeling that we all feel right now, I hope it fuels them for next year and to come back in the summer and to work hard and, you know, for this to push them.
For either one of the players, a year ago you guys were 2 games under 500. You knew you'd be better with a lot of new talent coming in this year, and obviously this isn't the way you wanted it to end. But did this team exceed your expectations, having 27 wins, coming within 5 seconds of winning this tournament?
Last year was a kind of down year, but this year we had a pretty good year. Looking back on it, coming into the season, I never would have expected the home court advantage to be what it was, and for that to happen. So that was a good feeling. In that aspect, it exceeded my expectations. But I feel like this was a talented team. We had some great guys, and I wish we could have won this, and also got into the tournament.
Last question for the student athletes. All right, you guys are good to go.
Thank you, guys.
Questions for Coach?
Larry, one basket, I think in the final 141 of the game, was that more a result of their pressure, or are you guys just kind of a little out of sync?
I think we got to the foul line a number of times there. We hit a three. All the rest of the time we got fouled. Our problem was they got 21 points off of turnovers. I thought we did a pretty good job in the half court, defending. But the game, we're up 7. We have 3-on-2 fast break. Charge twice, then we have a backdoor layup for a dunk and turn it over, and they converted. You got to give them credit. And then Hollins makes an NBA three. But when you lose a game like this, one team executes late, the other team maybe comes up a little short. I think that's basically it. But you give up 21 points on turnovers. Generally, a turnover results in a pretty easy basket. It happened in the first half. They were struggling to score, got some layups, and then it happened in the most critical time.
Larry, you kind of did in your open, but just overall, can you just retrospect on it? 27 wins with this kind of team coming off of last year was still a fairly successful season, you would say, right?
I echo what Shawn played. Our expectations were a little different. I know everybody at SMU is real excited. I think from a personal standpoint, I love these kids. These two guys, what Matt Doherty left me, it's unbelievable. Cannon Cunningham was sick as a dog tonight and tried to play. Ryan, unbelievable kid. I inherited those kids, but I'm not feeling real good. We're 10 for 17 from the free throw line. That ain't going to get it done in a 2-point game. We have critical turnovers, so I'm not looking at 27 wins. I'm just looking at 2 seniors that I was hopeful that we could send them on their way with the championship, because Richard Pitino got to be thrilled. This is a major tournament the way it's run now. I'm so thankful the NCAA has done it this way. Allowing teams that won their conference, if they lose in the playoffs, to come and then really pick some quality at-large teams. So I'm proud for him. I admire what he's done, but I'm not real happy right now.
Coach, you mentioned there were some turnovers that you'd like to have back. Did Minnesota apply the same kind of defensive pressure that his father's team at Louisville ran at you?
No, we had 3-on-2 break. We had 2 charges on a 3-on-2 break, and we dropped the backdoor layup 3 in a row. That's not defensive pressure. We broke the pressure. We got 2 dunks, same play. I begged him to stop at the free throw line, but he's trying to win the game, and I admire that. But he doesn't. Obviously, your name's Pitino. You're gonna be a great coach. You're gonna have a passion. This kid's done a phenomenal job. But that's Minnesota. Rick was at practice, I'm sure he told them ways to beat our ass because they beat us twice. But at the end of the day, we determined the outcome of that game. We missed free throws, we turned the ball over. And I didn't see the press, affecting our turnovers. We just made some plays that we, unfortunately we didn't handle very well.
Just along those lines, is that something about youth that caused those mistakes, do you think? And can something like that improve having gone through this next year?
Well, you saw us play last year, right? We didn't have a point guard last year. So what does that tell you right now? The plays that we made, it's a young kid trying to do the right thing and just didn't get it done. But coaching is, here's the deal. We didn't get in the NCAA. We picked ourselves up. We competed at the highest level against quality teams, gave ourselves a chance to win. I don't have one guy in that locker room that wasn't trying to win the game. And if I do my job, I got to correct things that, went wrong, try to make kids better. That's what coaches do. But I don't buy this thing you learn from losses. And I'm just thankful, again, for the Garden, for the NCAA, for the NIT, to give my kids a chance to participate in this and see all these fans from SMU. People aren't in Dallas with us, so you don't realize where this program was and how appreciative we are of the people that have, come and supported us. I just want to make them proud of us. That's the end result. But congratulations to Richard.